Alright, Cheetara. Evil-Lyn, Pizzazz, Frosta, and Diana. Let's get out of here. Our boudoir awaits. What? What are you looking at? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Evil-Lyn. Hello there, my YouTube minions. It is I, your unfriendly neighborhood Skeletor. Today, Skeletor, I've got something completely different for you. You see, today's topic is Skeletor's top 5 favorite cartoon ladies of the 80s, redesigned by an artificial art program.
Oh boy.
Now I know you're all asking yourself, but Skeletor, how are you going to judge these ladies from the 80s? I mean, are you only going to judge them by their beauty? I mean, after all, women are more than just showpieces for you, Skeletor, to just gawk at.
This is seriously grossing me out.
I know, you're a chauvinist, Skeletor. Hey, don't judge me. Not my fault I'm evil.
I love you, even if you are a monster.
But seriously though, how do I plan to judge these ladies from the 80s? Well, to be honest, it came down to 3 criteria. Number 1, strength. Now, Skeletor, I'm not talking about a Mary Sue.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
I don't need no Mary Sue. Mary Sue ain't gonna get no love from me.
Quiet, you drunk.
I'm not talking about her physical strength. Although, that may play some part in it. But when I, Skeletor, think about strength, I'm talking about strength of character. That's right. I need a woman who won't take no guff. Someone who doesn't walk around crying and weeping.
Oh
I, Skeletor, am not interested in dainty little flowers. That's not my bag, baby. No, I like a woman who doesn't just say, I'm strong, and then cries because the world's not fair to her.
no. I don't believe this.
My favorite women are the ones that don't have to tell me they're strong. They show me their strength. If they want to conquer something, they just do it. And they don't let any roadblocks stand in their way.
I don't care what anyone else says.
So that's what I mean when I say strength. Strength of character. Girls with a little sass, a little edge. That's my bag.
What are you babbling about, you worthless piece of nothing?
The next criteria on the list is, of course, loyalty. You need a loyal partner in crime. To me, that's very important in selecting a girl. That goes a long way in any kind of partnership, be it a friendship, business relationship. You need some form of loyalty.
That's what you say now.
Especially for me, Skeletor. You think I want to team up with some dainty beauty only to find out that she backstabbed me left, right, and center? No, I have no need for that.
You're chicken.
I don't know, I find that very important in selecting my favorite lady, which brings me to my number 3 criteria. And that, of course, is, yes, beauty.
This looks like my department.
But how am I judging beauty? After all, Skeletor, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, this is my list, therefore I am the beholder, so this beauty is in the eye of me, as I shall be beholding these ladies.
We're a bit excited.
It's a personal preference, to be honest. My taste in beauty. It may differ from yours.
Don't ask questions.
So, these are the 3 criteria by which I, Skeletor, shall be judging these ladies.
All right, then. I expect you to behave.
Now, as per usual, if you stay to the very end of this video, I will have a whole bunch more ladies from the 80s with which did not quite make the cut, but I think deserve some form of representation.
We can try.
As well as, I, Skeletor, shall also pit them against each other in a head-to-head competition, where I will allow you all in the comment section to comment on whom you believe is better. So I'll have one girl versus another girl, and you all say who you prefer out of the 2 I pit against each other. Just for a little bit of extra fun.
This is gonna be fun.
But anyway, enough of all this blathering.
I hate waiting. I think we better get started.
Let's get to this thing, shall we? Alright, now let's start. The number 5 lady from the 80 on my list, and that is from the cartoon G.I. Joe, real American hero, Zarana of the Dreadnoughts.
Here's the Cobra Swamp Fire aborted our Zartan sister Zarana and their brother Xandar.
Now, I know a lot of you are out there going, what, Skeletor? Zarana? Why her? Why not the Baroness?
He's learning everything!
I mean, after all, the Baroness is quite the beauty. She does have that seductive librarian / Black Widow thing about her, you know? Like if the Black Widow was also a librarian. Now, I understand that is quite the fetish for a lot of you, me included.
Don't I look different to you now?
But the reason for why Baroness did not make my list was my criteria, right? While she is a beauty and does meet that one criteria, that's really about it for me. First of all, she's not very loyal. Not at all. I mean, if you actually watch the show, you remember that she was always playing head games with Destro.
I led the Joe agent here knowing this would be the result.
But why?
You know, her and Destro was supposed to be a couple or an item or something, I don't know.
Inter-office romances are strictly forbidden. They're a distraction.
I have some interesting hand-to-hand combat techniques to show you.
I don't know what they were exactly, but they always intimated that they were some kind of couple, and she was always constantly trying to make him jealous by hitting on a random G.I. Joe.
No, you have made a mistake.
Getting him all angry and pissed off.
If you think you can take what is mine, you are dangerously mistaken.
I don't need that in my life. I'm already angry and pissed off enough. I don't need to add that extra element into my life, you know?
This is degrading.
She plays too many head games, and it's by design. I mean, that's pretty much who she is.
That playful little minx.
So, that's one thing, not very loyal.
All's fair in love and war!
But also, I'm sorry, but I just cannot take that accent of hers. That to me is a deal breaker. Yes, she's extremely beautiful and everything, but the minute she opens up her mouth and that horrible Russian accent comes out, and I mean, normally the Russian accent could be attractive, but on her, it is not.
Stupid fool!
The minute she opens her mouth and starts talking, it's a deal breaker for me. I'm like, no, sorry, where's the mute button?
Is that any way to treat a lady?
You know, maybe if she was a mute, I'd like her more.
You don't have to.
Like I said, if it was a normal Russian accent, I'd be okay with it, but this is just kind of a butchered one, you know? So that's the reason why she's not on my list.
All the better. Now vanish.
Okay, fine. But why Zarana? Well, for me, Zarana's the opposite.
Hey, how about giving me a shot?
You know, I like my women tough, and they don't come much tougher than Zarana, second in command on the Dreadnoughts, who are a very tough and brutal gang of thugs. Kind of like the Baroness, she's good with espionage.
Duke took the film in my camera, but not in my earring.
A good actress, does her job quite well, and gets out.
I'll be in and out before they know I changed.
So she's capable, she's tough, and she is a beauty. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a personal thing. You know, she's got that dangerous, hot thug look. That I, Skeletor, find personally, you know, attractive.
Thanks. Again.
And also, speaking of accents, she's got that Cockney British accent, which I, Skeletor, really like. Just does something for me. I mean, I think it's Cockney British. It's either Cockney British or some kind of Australian, I don't know.
You bloody dingo!
But I don't care, whatever it is. I like it.
Now you tell me.
Now I know you're all thinking, but Skeletor, how could you say that the Baroness was not loyal and Zarana is? And I'll tell you why Zarana was loyal. Because there was an episode, I don't know if you remember, where Zarana fell in love with a G.I. Joe. I believe it was Mainframe. You know, she was doing some espionage, pretending to be some kind of officer or whatever.
I'm assigned to aid in the installation of secret computer equipment.
To work hand in hand with Mainframe, and they kind of fell in love. But for real.
I was told being on the Joe team was exciting.
After she fell in love with the Joe, did Zarana ditch her family and join the Joes, ditching Xandar and Zartan? No! She did her job with loyalty.
Say bye-bye to your boyfriend.
But not only was she loyal to her brothers and Cobra, whom she worked for, but she was still loyal to the man she loved as well. As she protected him, went back to save his life.
I had a job to do, but I came back for you.
As they pined for each other from afar. Kind of like a Romeo and Juliet, a G.I. Joe and a Cobra. Forbidden love kind of scenario.
Hey, Zarana, maybe you ought to quit the dreadnoughts, go marry that wimp, have kids.
Hey, maybe they have kids today, I don't know. But that shows the strength of her character. That, to me, I respect.
Sentimental fool.
As for the AI I tried to create, of course, she's got all the elements there that you're looking for. The pink outfit. She does kind of wear it differently, different times. Sometimes she's got that sultry shoulder just hanging loose.
I'll have you up on harassment charges faster than you can spit.
Unfortunately, the AI didn't get it perfect, but got it good enough.
You didn't do so hot yourself.
Her pants, kind of rugged jeans here. I tried to create her, in the most awesome way possible, holding her gun as she normally would. I also tried to create the blue ATV Cobra ferret.
It'll take more than that to scare off Zarana.
Not exactly like the ferret, but, close enough.
Tear it for me!
Anyway, it is for those reasons that I, Skeletor, have selected Zarana as my number 5.
So long, morons!
Remember, I told you this wasn't going to be your average list. All right, now for my number 4. 80 from the 80 on my list. Now, this may come as a surprise to you all, as my number 4 from She-Ra and the Princess of Power universe, Frosta. That's right.
And here's lovely Frosta, true blue friend of She-Ra.
Now, I've always liked Frosta. Her and I kind of match if we're talking about color scheme. Which is important. If you want to couple up, it's good to look good together, right?
Just wonderful.
But really, that's not the main reason I selected her. She is a beauty. There's no denying that. She's got all the right parts in all the right places. I do like her blue hair. Again, in an 80's context. It's very punkish. And therefore, I like it.
Thank you, Captain.
But that's not why I actually chose her. I actually chose her for kind of a bizarre reason. For me, the reason why Frosta made my list had to do with the fact that anyone out there who can make He-Man uncomfortable ranks extremely high on my list.
Not with you here.
And no one makes He-Man more uncomfortable than Frosta.
We'd better get going.
If you remember from the cartoon, Frosta has a huge crush on He-Man. I take joy in seeing He-Man and her together, as every time they're together, He-Man blushes and squirms.
Especially with such handsome company.
Why,
He doesn't know how to take her, because Frosta is a strong woman, not afraid to get what she wants.
Are you all right?
Oh, couldn't be better.
Which is another reason I like her. That's what makes He-Man so uncomfortable, is the fact that she doesn't play coy, bat her eyes behind the tree. Hey, He-Man. No, she sees the man she wants, and she tries to take him. She's like, hey, I like this man, and this man shall be mine.
Hey, if you could leave Frosta alone for a minute.
Leave her alone?
She has the inner strength and confidence to take what she wants. That, to me, I find extremely attractive.
And there's the horse. Know what I mean?
And of course, she's powerful. She's got ice magic and stuff. That's all well and good. But I'm more impressed with her straightforward nature, I actually think if I can get her to like me, as opposed to that roided-up fool He-Man, then maybe Frosta and I would make a really good team.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful plan.
Unfortunately, she is one of the good ones.
Forget the hates of the past and start fresh as friends.
Hey, maybe if He-Man vexes her enough, maybe she'll try to get revenge on him.
Friends. Good friends.
What?
And then we could team up. You never know. But until that time, she'll just have to live in my fantasy.
A goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Now, she wasn't very hard to do. Of course, she's blue and white here. No, her outfit's not 100%, but, it's really hard to get the AI to do everything 100%.
We were all to blame.
But she does have the blue hair, the nice scepter here, the blue cape she wears, the high, wintry sort of blue and white boots.
But at least it's not wet.
The color scheme is right. For some reason, they chose to make Frosta in the cartoon look, kind of sour-faced. Yeah, she's got those kind of evil eyebrows going on. You'd think she was a villain. But she's alas a hero, so of course she's got to have a more prettier hero-esque face. So that's why I made her less sassy, but still beautiful.
The best thing we can do.
But anyway, these are the reasons for why I selected Frosta as my number 4 top lady of the 80s.
Looks like a job for me.
Alright, on to my number 3 lady from the 80s on my list, and that is, unfortunately, my woman, I guess, from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Evil-Lyn.
From this point forward, I'm no longer Evil-Lyn. You may call me Good-Lyn.
Now, of course, no Skeletor list can be complete without Evil-Lyn. The reason I say, unfortunately, is most likely I'd probably leave her off, but I have to live with her. Imagine if I made a top 5 ladies of the 80s list, and I didn't include Evil-Lyn.
You wouldn't dare!
At least, top 2 or top 3. That's right, my Skeletor will be sleeping in the lava pit.
She hates me so much.
But, in all fairness to Evil-Lyn, she does pretty much embody all the things that I like, and also all the things that I hate as well, but who's counting?
Why, thank you.
She's devilishly evil and strong. She's powerful. A little too powerful.
Oh?
She's kind of loyal. I mean, she hasn't backstabbed me yet to the point where she's run away, even though I know she's got a secret crush on He-Man, so, there is that.
And so, He-Man, those great, gorgeous muscles of yours.
And despite her short gray hair, which she is a beauty, for sure. I mean, if you could forgive the jaundiced yellow skin.
So that yellow skin, is that a vitamin deficiency, or...?
No, unlike you, I'm all out of vitamin bits.
Fine, forget it, Anal-Lyn.
And if we're talking about women who are strong-willed, who get what they want without asking permission, look no further than Evil-Lyn.
It is power I want!
You wouldn't catch Evil-Lyn crying in the corner. Trust me, I've tried. She's an extremely hard nut to crack. I've cried more in front of her than she has in front of me. And yes, it's all because of my failures to conquer Castle Grayskull. What of it? If you failed as many times as I have, you'd be crying too.
This is the worst day of my life!
But anyway, designing Evil-Lyn is always kind of a challenge. You want to get a nice balance of sword and sorcery, warrior woman, and a wizardly kind of witch as well.
It's hideous.
The hardest part I found was making a headpiece, which I finally kind of did.
Not quite.
I know she's supposed to have short white hair, but I made her with long white hair because I prefer her hair long. Sue me, Evil-Lyn. That's something I've been nagging to you about for years. Let that hair grow.
It's impossible.
But nah, she wants to spite me and keep it short.
Try my patience, witch.
All right, I'll try.
Another one of the reasons I both love and hate her. She does things just for spite. It's for all these reasons and more to why Evil-Lyn is Skeletor's number 3 top lady of the 80s.
Better leave before that missile explodes!
Alright, now for my number 2 top lady of the 80s. Now, for a lot of you, the number 2 on my list is probably going to surprise you. It kind of surprised me as well, to be honest. But there can be no ladies of the 80s list without this person, as the number 2 on my list is, of course, Jessica Rabbit. That's right. I mean, if we're talking about cartoon ladies of the 80s, which is what this is about, really. No, I didn't specify it had to be a cartoon series, just ladies of the 80s cartoon character, and of course, she qualifies as a cartoon.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Now, let's be honest, it's not really that hard to figure out why Jessica Rabbit is on my list. I mean, she is definitely one of the, if the most beautiful cartoon ladies of the 80s. That there is no denying. She has more than all the right pieces in all the right places, if you know what I'm talking about.
You'd better believe it, Buster.
She's pretty ample, a little too ample, if you ask Disney nowadays, but she's just right for me.
He's lost his mind.
You know, of course, she's got that beautiful, sultry look, that sexy, seductive, singing voice.
Get out of here.
When it comes to beauty, no question there.
You don't know how hard it is being a woman looking the way I do.
But she's also kind of strong, and strong of character, as, if you remember in the film, she did everything she could to protect her man.
I'd do anything for my husband. Anything.
From going to jail.
I couldn't let that happen.
You know, which also shows her loyalty.
What a wife.
As she even played patty cake with some horrible fat executive just so she can save her man's reputation.
Not my Jessica. Not patty cake, if it's impossible.
I think it was something to do with the will, but whatever. She played patty cake unwillingly just to protect and help out her man.
I didn't want to have anything to do with it, but he said if I didn't pose for those patty cake pictures, Roger would never work in this town again.
So one could say, well, that's not loyal, but in the end, it was loyalty that made her do something she did not want to do, just to protect her man. And that, to me, is okay in my books.
He makes me laugh.
And she's also strong-willed and capable. You know, she may look like a dainty flower, but she is no dainty wallflower.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Many times she had to get her hands dirty. She had to knock someone out.
I hit him on the head with a frying pan and put him in the trunk so he wouldn't get hurt.
Pulled a gun on people.
Behind you!
She had to do some dirty work. She wasn't just some dainty rosebud, waiting for her man to help her.
I just saved your life and you still don't trust me?
And she did it all in secret. Again, these are all qualities that I, Skeletor, find extremely attractive.
Makes perfect sense.
So a lot of you are like, oh, come on, Jessica Rabbit's just walking boobs and legs.
No. You've got me all wrong.
To you I say, well, you're not looking deep enough into her character. And maybe shame on you for judging her by her looks, because she is strong-willed and she is extremely loyal, and these are things that I, Skeletor, like.
You're magnificent.
But anyway, it is for these reasons as to why Jessica Rabbit is number 2 on my list.
Nice booby trap.
Alright, now, before I get to my number 1, I have a couple of honorable mentions that almost made the cut, but for one reason or another didn't exactly make the final cut, but they were all highly in contention to be in the top 5 list. Those were my honorable mentions. Now, of course, on to the number 1 top lady of the 80s. And this should come as no surprise to any of you all who've been following my channel up to now. And that is, of course, Cheetara from the Thundercats.
Don't do this, Lionel. Put down the sword.
Now, it should come as no surprise to you all that I, Skeletor, am partial to Cheetara.
So many terrible images.
Number one, she is a cat girl, and very beautiful cat girl at that.
So it's true.
So she has that going for her. She's got that yellowy, punk rockery hair, which, as I've said, I really like.
That's the strange thing. My hair.
She's definitely a beauty, so she checks all those boxes. Loyalty? Come on, you don't get more loyal than Cheetara. You're looking for power? She's extremely strong, capable, intelligent. She's all that.
A foregone conclusion.
You know, we don't have any episodes of Cheetara blubbering and crying. She demonstrates her strength every day by just being one of the strongest and capable Thundercats.
You're in good hands.
But one of the main reasons as to why I really like Cheetara, there's just something about her personality. She just carries herself with a certain level of femininity and grace.
I am a woman.
I mean, as much as I like the punk rocker girls, you know, I also do like a woman who has a quiet dignity and strength within them. Makes them a little more mysterious, you know? Cheetara's the kind of girl that I really could see myself settling down with, having a couple of boneheaded kittens of her own, you know?
I'm seeing things.
I could see her as both a capable, strong, and loving mother to our children.
No.
And a great second in command in my conquest to conquer Castle Greyskull as well.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, that is, if she decided to turn evil.
How dare you say that to me? The Code of Thundera forbids it.
I'm still hoping, by the way. I'm still working on that spell.
Oh, no.
Now, as for me creating her in AI, well, I thought this was my favorite one. She's got the yellowy orange hair. She's got the orange suit here. She's muscular, strong. She actually looks like she's built for speed. She's also very beautiful, sexy look. It added a tail. You know, anytime you say cat to an AI, it's always going to give you some kind of feline attribute.
There's gotta be some mistake.
The bow, it's kind of chasing her as opposed to her carrying it here. I like that it gave her a collar. I don't know what it is. It's probably the perverted side of me, but whatever.
It's even worse than I thought.
She's got the leopard print here on her arms. The boots look accurate.
It's hard to believe.
But anyway, it is for all those reasons as to why I, Skeletor, selected Cheetara from the Thundercats as my top lady of the 80s.
Let's get it on.
I have no explanation for what happened today.
I liked it.
Alright, there you have it. Skeletor's top 5 ladies of the 80s. Now, I don't expect you all out there to agree with my choices. Like I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I, Skeletor, happen to be the beholder for this list.
And so handsome, too.
But let me know, who would you have had on your list of top cartoon ladies of the 80s? It was a really hard list to make, and if I could put all the ladies on there, I would. Hell, I'd have a harem of ladies if I could.
I just hope the warrior maidens can hold out.
But anyway, as I promised, here are some other top ladies from the 80s that didn't quite make the cut, but again, deserve to be mentioned. And also, why not? Let's pit these ladies against each other in a beautiful battle royale.
I suspect the evil times have arrived.
Right? Enjoy. forget to put your vote as to whom you like better in the comments. And if you want, I'll make another video where I select my favorite ones from that particular list. But until then, I'll let you all decide. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Genealogy. Alright, Cheetara, Evil-Lyn, Pizzazz, Frosta, and Diana. These are the only ones on that list I have. Let's get out of here. Our boudoir awaits. What are you looking at? Until next time, I, Skeletor, and my lovely ladies of the 80s am out.